What happens when image recognition algorithms analyze a complex image type, such as a digital reproduction of a painting? Can an algorithm help us to better understand the context of works of art? These kind of algorithms are primarily programmed to identify what the picture represents. However, this task is not easy to be solved for a machine which does not think at all, just imitate human answers, and deals with paintings in the same way as with any other image. A lot can be said about an artwork, and the object of the representation is not necessarily the most important part of it. In many cases, there is no relevant category, or no one can tell what is in the picture. It is often difficult to say whether the algorithm made a mistake or not. So we should carefully revise the machine's reactions and ask ourselves questions which we might not consider to be important before. If we take advantage of the fact that the image recognition algorithm can compare images in a different way than we do, and thus point to different correlations, then we can learn a great deal from its discoveries. The confusing results can develop critical thinking and inspire our thoughts, as long as we do not accept the algorithm's answers automatically. Image recognition algorithms convert the pixels, so the properties of digital images, into vectors, creating a kind of abstraction, a reduced pattern. When they make comparative analysis, they essentially deal with vector patterns, so they are counting. They compare highly reduced patterns and perform mathematical operations on simple image structures. These algorithms ignore some properties of the images, do not think or interpret. Nevertheless, they use their own abstract operations to create relationships and definitions that can cast some images in a new light. For example, Google Arts and Culture program titled Tags uses categories generated by a machine learning algorithm and arranges reproductions of work of art under these categories. The algorithm gives name to a group of pictures which have common features according to the measurements. The following images are grouped under the category Slaughterhouse, which includes Muybridge's motion studies of a dog, and also Renaissance paintings representing the 7 liberal arts and the 7 virtues. The machine recognized the similar patterns of these images, the rhythmic repetition of organic shapes, and horizontal and vertical divisions, straight lines that separate the figures. Although the topics of these images are highly different, we can discover the similarities of visual patterns. It's true that we do not see representations of a slaughterhouse, but we may notice that the pictorial structure of these Renaissance allegories can be really compared to the form of a skewer with some food on it. Another interesting program, the X degrees of separation, is capable to compare any two artwork in the database of Google Arts and Culture and creates a fictional pathway from the first picture to the second, showing steps of this imaginary metamorphosis through other artworks. In this case, the algorithm does not try to give definitions, only measures the visual characteristics of the images. The creator, the medium of the original work, the period, the theme of the representation, title, concept does not matter. The most exciting results are obtained by comparing two very different pictures that are neither similar in color, nor shape or technique, probably because the program can surprise us and show similarities in a way we never expected. For us, it is probably difficult to find common features in a 19th century photograph and a colorful carpet. But for the algorithm, every digital image gives the same challenge, since the pictures are already transformed into vectors. The comparison method is only a mathematical calculation. One measurement is not harder than the other. The Google Images search program allows to upload any picture we want, and we can easily test the image recognition algorithm's reactions. It will give both verbal definitions and visual analogies, similar images for us, related to our picture. How does this Google algorithm react when it has to deal with non-figurative or at least ambiguous pictures? My video titled Blue Sea, Green Grass addresses this problem. I uploaded to Google Images a reproduction of a painting which evokes different kind of associations. We might say it resembles a carpet from a distance, but in its details it looks like miniature landscapes underneath each other. So it is not possible to say exactly what is in the picture because it is not evident. In the video I am using this painting as an example and different kinds of transformed versions, details of it, and ask the Google algorithm again and again how these images coming from the same source can be interpreted with the help of short definitions and visually similar images. As a matter of fact, in the case of abstract paintings, we also often look for parallels. What is this? What does this resemble? The algorithm can also tag two different reproductions of the same image with opposite keywords. For example, I received the words horizontal and then vertical for the very same painting. The mistakes of the algorithm are very absurd but also quite poetic. The blue and green version of the same picture, a detail of a digital transformed picture, was also uploaded to Google Images, and the image recognition algorithm associated the blue picture with seascapes, the green one with green fields, so used very simple categories for these non-figurative pictures. The algorithm tries to figure out what we think of and gives us what we expect to get, but for an artist, mostly the surprising results can be useful and interesting. The predictable, human-like answers will not help to better understand the picture. The new structure and responses of image recognition algorithms can also help us to give new, perhaps unusual, but inspiring meanings to some concepts used in image science but not fully elaborated, such as Ebbe Warburg's Bilderwanderung, migration of images, through a close reading of the robot's ready-made iconography.